Hello and very good morning to all the students out there. This is Professor Ronak here. Welcomes you all in the class of the financial management. Please inform your friends to join as soon as possible. It's already 9:51, 52. Okay, the screen sharing has been started. Let's go to straight away the questions that we are going to solve today. Let me just brief you with what we started last time around. We had started with the payback period. Sir, what do we mean by this payback period? In a very simple layman understanding, it is the period in which the amount of investment of years, number of months, number of days. But the generally accepted format is first we find the number of years, then the fraction of year may be taken as the number of months, and the fraction of month may be taken as the number of days. The period in which your amount of investment will be recovered back. Let's go to a question number one. After taking the retirement from cricket, Mr. Dhoni, whose absence was felt in the World Test Championship, the record of Mr. Dhoni in finals is just unbelievable. After taking the retirement from cricket, Mr. Dhoni wants to invest in one cricket academy startup. He will invest 10 crores in that startup. He is expecting the following cash inflows from the same. Find the payback period in years, months, and days. In the first year, he is expecting that the cash inflow will be 2 crores 75 lakhs. In the second year, he is expecting 3 crores 15 lakhs. And he has got some expectations for all this 6 number of years. Now, in how many number of months or year he will be able to recover back his entire money? Can someone tell me what can we do? What can we do to find the number of years in which the amount of investment to be done by Mr. Dhoni, will be recovered back? That is 10 crores. Anyone? What can we do? Try to think about it. Critical thinking is important, my friends. It's not mandatory to be right every time. You are allowed to be wrong, but you are not allowed to think passively. Not to think. Anyone?
Sir, may I try?
Yes, why not?
Sir, we can add those investment and cumulative we can find that year or the middle of the year. For example, like third year and fourth year, in middle of that we are getting back 10 crore rupees.
Absolutely true. So the cumulative amount is required to be found. Let's take this table somewhere. This is how we are going to prepare this. First, we'll start with a serial number of year. Then we'll require the amount, which is the cash inflow for those particular years. Now here in third column, we'll find the cumulative amount, cumulative cash inflow, and based on that, we may find in which year the payback period is coming. So year number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just write all the numbers we have got. 2 crores 75 lakhs. Then we have got 315, Everyone, please start writing along with me. Then we have got 225. Then we have 180. Then we have 115 and 325. Okay, so the cumulative amount of the first year will obviously be the total of the first year. So 275 will be a cumulative amount here. Then add first year and second year, so you get the cumulative of 2 years. So 315 plus 275. So I guess it will be 5 crore 90 lakhs. You may cross check this, please. Then you are supposed to add 225. So I guess that will be 715 total. Add 225 in the previous total of 590. Similarly, add 180 now, so you get 895 here. In 895, my friends, you add 115, so here you get 1005. Now, my friends, everyone should be able to see over here that see, the amount of 10 crores of investment is recovered back somewhere over here within 4th and 5th year. So my payback period, I can at least say that that is more than 4 years, but less than 5 years. Sir, how can I say that? Because see, 10 crores of rupees are recovered back in the 5th year, right? But in the 5th year, the total amount you have recovered, no, that is somewhere around 10 crore 5 lakhs. So how much total time you have taken? Exactly what is the payback period taken? So one thing that can be established here is that, sir, it is something that is more than 4 years. Plus, now you'll find that, sir, what is the remaining amount of my investment to be recovered back in the 5th year? Okay, number 3 is 815. Okay, not 715, sir. The number 3 is 815. Okay, very true. 815. In that you add 180, so that will be 995. In that you add 115, so you get 1105. So again, I can say that it is recovered back somewhere within 4th and 5th year, because 10 crores is falling between the cumulative amount of 4th year and 5th year. At least this much can be established, right? Yes.
In 5th year, it is 11 crore 10 lakh rupees.
Okay. Now here in this case, my friend, 4 years is established fact. What is a remaining amount to be recovered back in the 5th year? So remaining amount to be recovered back in the 5th year will be the amount of investment, that is 10 crores, minus the amount you have already recovered after the 4th year. So the amount you have already recovered after the 4th year shall be 9 crore 95 lakh. So 9 crore 95. That is the remaining amount to be recovered back in the 5th year. Now, what is the total amount you have earned in the 5th year? So that is 1 crore 15 lakhs. See, that was the amount to be that was amount pending, right, to be recovered. The total amount you have recovered back is 115. So let me just put it in this way. Sir, pending amount to be recovered back is 5 lakhs. 10 crores minus 995, right? Entire fifth year, that means 1 year will be required for 1 crore 15 lakhs. Then to recover back my 5 lakhs, how much time will be required? A cross multiplication. A 1 year would be taken, that is the entire fifth year, to recover back 1 crore 15 lakhs. That is the amount I am taking of fifth year. Then my pending amount to be recovered back is just 5 lakhs, right? Then how much time will be required for that, sir? A cross multiplication can be done. So here we may have the cross multiplication 5 lakhs multiplied by 1 divided by 115. So that will be a year in decimal. That is over and above the fourth year. And if you are unable to get this, then the very simple formula I am giving to you, then you just first identify that what are the 2 years in which the 10 crores is falling. So sir, beginning of that is the fourth year, right? So 4 year plus something you have. So 4 year plus something, in that you will write remaining amount to be recovered divided by cash inflow of fifth year. If this would have been third year, then the cash inflow of fourth year would have been taken at the denominator. If the first you have got the 2 years, then the cash inflow of third year would have been taken over there in the denominator. So this is the formula we have got. So let's just find it over here. I hope you have got this conceptual understanding. 4 plus, I'm writing it again over here, 5 divided by 115. Do not make mistakes in zeros, otherwise the answers may be wrong. What do we get in point? Can someone tell me? 4 point
0.0434.
0.0434.
0434.
Now sir, this 0434, what do we mean by that year? It must be converted into some other time frame, no? So here we have got the number of months, right? Sir, in 1 year we have 12 months, right? Then in 0.434 years we will have how many number of months? So again a cross multiplication can be done over there. So 0.434 multiplied by 12 divided by 1. So what do we get? That will be a number of months over and above 4 years. Can someone tell me?
0.5217. 5217.
0.5217 month. Now sir, 0.5217 month is also not a right way to communicate something, you know, because if you have the completed number of months, you can say that it is a 1 month, 2 month, 3 month. So let's just convert that into days. So we may again convert this into days. So say, let's assume that 1 month is equal to 30 days. Some people would be like, sir, 31 days bhi to ho sakte hai, 28 bhi ho sakte hai, 29 bhi ho sakte hai. Let's not go into these complications. Let's assume that we have got 30 days in a month. So 1 month equal to 30 days, then 0.5217 month will be equal to how many number of days? So 0.5217 multiplied by 30 divided by 1. What do we get there?
15.652.
Good. Now 15.65. 65 may be rounded off. If it is lesser than 0.5, you may round it up down. If it is more than 0.5, then you can round up. So it may be taken as 16 days over here. So my final answer shall be 4 years and how many number of days? 16 days. 4 years and 16 days is the payback period of my first question. May we have a confirmation from the students? You have got this formula. इसमें formula जैसा कुछ है ही नहीं. You will have to just run a bit of a logic, nothing else. चलो confirmation भैया. Okay, Miss Urja has got it. Mr. Mohit too. Nice to see that others. सर आज आप सोए नहीं लग रहे हो. सही बात है. लेट्स मूव टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. आपकी भी एंगेजमेंट होनी तो फिर आपको भी मालूम पड़ेगा. Mr. Royal Challenger is planning to establish various branches of Viruska Fitness Club Gymnasium across the various cities of India. His total investment will be 200 crores. He is expecting the cash inflow of 15 crores in each year for next 20 years. Find the payback period in years, months and days format. Now here in this case, one good thing about this question is that the cash inflow will remain same for all this number of years. So the formula becomes very easy. Formula when you have got the homogeneous cash flow, same identical cash flow, at that time the formula becomes the initial investment divided by annual cash inflow. Initial investment divided by annual cash inflow becomes your straight away a simple formula. When this annual cash inflow is homogeneous, identical for all the number of years. So sir, my investment is going to be 200 crores. And then in each year we are going to recover back 15. So that is 15 over there in the denominator. What do we get there? Can I have the answer, please?
13.33.
Very good. So 13.33 years is the answer. Now, sir, 0.33 years doesn't look good, right? We should convert that into months now. Okay, let's do it. So, sir, 1 year equal to 12 months. Then 0.33 year will be equal to how many number of months? So 0.33 multiplied by 12 divided by 1. What do we get there?
3.96.
3.96 months. Now 96 months are also not looking good. So let's consider this 0.96 months over there. Let's convert that into number of days. किसी को बोलो 0.96 मंथ्स में पैसे दे देना तो वो भाई तो जाए इधर से. 0.96 मंथ क्या होता है? कहाँ से थियरी पढ़ के आते हो? डेज बताओ, डेज. ओके. So sir, 1 month equal to 30 days. Then 0.96 month will be equal to how many number of days?
28.8.
Good. So 28.8 maybe rounded up to 29. So 29 days, because it can go on and on now. Some people will be like, so let's convert that into hours. Then some people will say, so let's convert that into seconds. Let's convert that into microseconds, nanoseconds. तो ये तो चलता ही जाएगा. कहीं पे तो end करना पड़ेगा. 29 days. So my final answer will be 13 years, 3 months. ये लेना है 3 months. This you will be taking 3 months and 29 days. That's gonna be your answer for second question. May I have the confirmation from all the students, please? चलो भैया, हर कोई लोग, यहां तक तो हलवा था. क्या था? हलवा. Darshita, if you will be writing directly 4 months, no, then there would be a bit of an approximation. I guess you should do some approximation in number of days, because there may be some major deviation. Say if I give you example 3.45. So if you convert 3.45 into 3, you just take as a 3 month, no? Then 0.45 months you are ignoring in your calculation. So 0.45 month will be equal to somewhere around 10 to 12 days, 14 days, right? Now 13, 14 days of difference is not looking good. That's why you may take the approximation of number of days, but at least months should be converted into days. Is it clear, Darshita? You asked me a question, no, that can we write directly 4 months? That's why. Okay. In this question, it is somewhat near to 4 months only. But somewhere, if I give you one question, the 3.45, then 0.45 if you round it off to 3, then 3 months and 3.45 months. That's a huge difference, right? That's why. Okay, let's go to question number 3. From there, we'll discuss the criticisms of this. So Miss Sanaya is planning to invest in one film studio for which she has 2 alternatives. Some people would be like, sir, यहाँ तो movie चल रहा है. कोई बात नहीं, तो चलने दो movie. In both the cases, the cash outflow will be 16 crores. Year number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 7 years you have got this. Now, there is a one plan suggested by Rohan Real Estate Limited for building a film studio, which will give the cash inflow from 1 crore, 2 crore, 3 crore, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And plan B, that is of Abhimanyu Real Estate Limited, they have proposed this plan from which the cash inflow expected is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 6, and 7. Now, just for the analysis purpose, let's just find the total amount we have recovered from these 2 plans, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then again you have got 5. What is the total amount recovered? Can someone tell me, please? Total of all the cash inflows.
26.
26.
Okay, so 26 crores is recovered back. And in plan number 2,
28.
plan number 2 says 28. Okay, so the total amount you have recovered back in the plan number 1 is 26, and plan number B is 28. As per the payback method, in which project she should invest? Also write your observations about the criticisms of the payback period method. Okay, so we'll try to observe some fishy things about the payback period over here. But before that, we'll have to find the payback period, right? So let's find the payback period from both of this plan. And when you have 2 or more alternatives, then the criteria for judgment for you is the one which gives you a shorter payback period, it's better for you. So you select that project. Let's find the payback period of plan A now. So first we have got year, cash inflow, cumulative cash inflow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we have last 7. Let me just write the cash inflow there for the first plan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 और उसके बाद में 5. Rest zeros will remain same. And as you people have already found, the total amount recovered back is 26 crores. Let's go to plan number B now. Acha, before that, let's find the cumulative first. So here we have got the cumulative 1. Then 1 plus 2 will be 3 crore. 3 plus 2 will be 5 crore. 3 plus 3 will be 6 crore, sorry. Then 6 plus 4 will be 10 crores. So 10 plus 5 will be 15. 15 plus 6 will be 21. And then we'll have 26 crore. Now, what is our total investment to be done by Miss Sanaya? 16, right? So the payback period is somewhere between 5th and 6th year. At least this much can be established. No, I'm just doing the square over there. Because we want to recover back our total investment of 16 crores. So somewhat more than 5 years and lesser than 6 years, which is our payback period. So I can at least say that it is more than 5 years. So 5 years plus something. Formula is pretty simple. Remaining amount to be recovered back divided by the cash inflow of 6th year. So whatever the number of years you have got over here, the cash inflow of the next year will be taken in the denominator. So sir, 5 plus remaining amount to be recovered back in the 6th year is how much? 15 you have recovered. Total amount to be recovered is 16. So 15 you have already recovered in the 5th. One more is required. So I'm just writing remaining amount as 1 crore. Let me write the zeros, otherwise people may get confused. And the cash inflow of the 6th year will be how much? 6 crores, right? So I may just write in denominator 6 crores. So 5 plus 1 divided by 6. Now the basic assumption we are taking over here, no, that the cash inflow in the 6th year will be evenly distributed. In some number of years, there is a possibility, in some number of months, there is a possibility that there may be a seasonal cash inflow, you know. Some months will be may be able to generate more amount of sales. Some months will be very dull. But we are assuming that in each and every month and in each and every day, the cash inflow is evenly distributed. Then only you may divide this 1 crore by 6 crores. सीजनल पैटर्न को इग्नोर कर रहे हैं अपन. Okay. What do we get over there? Can someone tell me? 5.166. 166. That is in years. Now, sir, 0.16 years is not looking good. So let's just convert that into months. So 1 year equal to 12 months. 0.166 year will be equal to how many number of months? 0.166 multiplied by 12. What do you get there?
1.999.
1.999 month. Now 1.999 month may be taken straight away as 2 months. No need to convert that into number of days now, right? Because 999 का मतलब को 2 month ही हो गया ना. So my final answer will be 5 years and 2 months. That is for plan number A. Okay, let's go to the plan number B now. Year, cash inflow and cumulative. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sir, the cash inflow of the second plan to be written. तो पहले तो उल्टी गिनती है 5, 4, 3, 2 और 1 है. Starting in descending order 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we have got 6 and 7. Good. So total amount recovered over here is 28 crores. You people have said that is right. Let's find the cumulative now. So first one will be obviously 5. Then 5 plus 4 will be 10. So 10 plus 3 will be 13. 13 plus 2 will be 15.
Sir, second year it will be 9. 5 plus 4.
Okay, 9, sorry. 5 plus 5 नहीं सर 9 है. ब्लैक को यूज करती है, रेड है ना अच्छी तरीके से दिखाई नहीं दे रहा. Okay, 9. After 9 you add 3 more, so you get 12. 12 plus 2 you get 14. 14 plus 1 you get 15. 15 plus 6 you get 21. And 16 plus 7 you get 28. Okay, so can someone tell me where do we have this payback period? Within which years?
5 and 6.
Absolutely true. So within 5 and 6 we have got our payback period. Because we are supposed to recover back 16 crores as per the question. 15 crores is recovered back in 5th year. And during the 6th year we have got 6 crores. Okay, so 5 plus something. Now plus something may we have got the formula now. I'm not writing that again and again. Remaining amount to be recovered divided by cash inflow of 6th year. Okay, so therefore 5 plus remaining amount is 15 is recovered. No, we are supposed to recover back 1. And the cash inflow of the 6th year is how much? 6 crores. So writing 6 crores over there. Good. So sir, let's just check that. I guess it is looking quite
Same
similar
as
to
first.
last one, no? Sir, same as for second one. So therefore 5.166 years can also be written like 5 years and 2 months. Now here comes the analytical point. Try to understand. Both of this project gives you the same payback period. That means as per the payback period, it is irrelevant that whether you select project A or you select plan B. Both of them gives you the same payback period. So it puts both of this alternative on the same paper. That means any of the alternative you select, it will be indifference, you know. Now, where do you see that there is a mistake? There is some problem here. I mean, see, both of these plans are not same. You are also aware about it. I am also aware about it. What is the problem?
Sir, may I?
Yes, please. Why not?
Sir, in this is a payback period method. So after the investment amount is recovered, that payback period is over, it does not consider the more amount that is recovered after those years. Because you see, in the 7th year, the 7 crore is recovered, and in plan A, 5 crore is recovered. So our total procurement is high, but this method does not consider it.
Very, very true. Absolutely perfect answer. Sir, it does not consider the amount we have recovered after the payback period. Plan number B in total gives you 28 crores. Plan number A in total gives you just 26 crores. Still, the payback period of both of this plan is coming same, because payback period does not consider all the cash flows in account. And being specific, I can say that payback period ignores the cash inflows after the payback period is received. That is the biggest problem. It does not consider all cash inflows. It is not just a one problem with this. Now let's consider that the life of this project is just 6 years. Life of the project is just 6 years. Let's consider that. And what is the total amount you have recovered during the 6 years? Can someone tell me? 6 years का total क्या आता है? कौन बताएगा? This is just a hypothetical example. Please, everyone, tell me. The life of the project is just 6 years now. Then what will be the recovered amount total? How much?
21 crore.
21 crore. Very true. And I guess 21 crore will be same for plan and plan B, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, sir, 21 crore, अब तो आपका criticism दूर हो गया. All the cash inflows are considered. Then what is the problem? Still there is one problem. Let's see that who can identify this. There was one person who identified that from the business analytics class.
Time value of money, sir.
Time value of money.
Absolutely correct. Can you elaborate it further?
Sir, may I?
Yes, please. Why not?
Sir, in plan B, we get 5 crore rupees in first year only. And then we get 4 crores in second year. And as we considered it in plan A, we will only get 1 crore in first year, 2 crore in second year. So plan B is more beneficial to us.
Okay, true. So that means, sir, both of this gives you a same payback period of 5 years and 2 months. But where is the consideration of the time value of money? Is it been considered that in which year which cash inflows are covered? Whether you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or you take 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The total comes anyway 15 after 5 years. So time value of money is not considered. Sequence of the cash inflow does not matter for the payback period. That is again the biggest criticism. You are not calculating, you are not taking into account a sequence of the cash inflows. Or I can say the order of the cash inflows, but we are aware that the order matters. If you receive something in 1 year, first year, and you receive something in 5th year, these two are different things, because there is a time value of money, we are aware about it. So time value of money is entirely ignored by the payback period. Let me ask you question number 3 now. What is the rate of return you have got from these projects? If you want to compare it with some industry projects, and some guys will tell you that I am receiving 15% rate of return from my project. What is the rate of return you have got from this? You are not aware, right? So it does not give you the exact idea about what is the exact rate of return you have got from these projects. So these are the various criticisms of the payback period. Let's go to the criticisms part now. Sometimes we are supposed to do the reverse engineering, let's just try to calculate it numerically, and from there only we can identify the criticisms. अगर मैं directly conceptually पढ़ाता हूँ उधर, तो शायद किसी लोगों को नहीं मजा आता, ये होता वो होता. But now after doing the practical exercise, we may go to the criticism, and you people have only given me the answers. So let's go over there. First limitation, it ignores the time value of money. Number two limitation, which was amazingly stated by Mr. Jigar, not all the cash inflows are covered. Number three, it is not realistic and ignores a profitability. You are not able to know that whether the project is profitable or not as per your required rate of return. That cannot be stated by the payback period. Number four, it neglects project's rate of return on investment. You are not able to know that what is the exact rate of return you have got from this project. These are the various limitations. We have already seen through that. Let's see the advantages. First, it's simple to use and easy to understand. Everyone can understand it, and it's pretty much used as well, you know. भाई तुम्हारा इन्वेस्टमेंट कितने साल में रिकवर बैक होगा, ऐसा बोलते हम देखते हैं पापा को, अंकल को, रिलेटिव्स वगैरह को. अच्छा तूने अमीन मार्ग पे दुकान लिया है, कितने साल में रिकवर हो जाएगा तेरा पैसा. अच्छा तूने घर लिया है, तो घर कितने साल में तेरा पैसा रिकवर हो जाएगा, if you receive this much of the rent from that home. So this is a very layman kind of a technique, capital budgeting technique. Everyone can understand pretty easily. It may not give you a short answers, it does not give you in detail analysis, but surely it puts some lights on your decision making, you know, at least आपको थोड़ी light तो देता है. Quick solution. You are not supposed to go to a complicated calculations which we are supposed to do in the IRR and NPV and other methods we are going to follow. It gives us the quick solutions, simply. Preference to liquidity. Now see, sometimes what happens is that the company's main requirement is the liquidity. That is, in how many number of years we are able to recover back our money. So sometimes firms' concerns will be about the liquidity. You know, they want to generate the faster cash. And if their priority is to generate the faster cash, then payback period certainly becomes a relevant capital budgeting technique. If the firm's preference is to liquidate the amount as quickly as possible, then this becomes a relevant capital budgeting technique for you. Number four, useful in case of uncertainties. Now what happens in the uncertainty period is that you want to recover back your money as quickly as possible. Some of the economies are so unstable that if you invest in those countries, your major concern is that, see, quickly we want to recover back our money. If you take some examples of some countries like Syria or some other countries where there is too much of political instability, the governments are not there, the people are facing with the issue of terrorism, the foreign aggression is there, lot many countries are involved in their economics and politics. Now in those situations, if you are forced to invest somewhere, then at least your first priority will be that भाई इसमें से जितना पैसा जल्दी निकल जाए ना उतना अच्छा है. Let's just recover back our money quickly from there, you know. Then whatever the money you get additionally will be over and above your expectations. So sometimes in case of uncertainties, the payback period becomes a very relevant one. So these are the various advantages and limitations we have seen for the payback. Is it clear? May I have the confirmation from students that it's crystal clear to everyone? यहाँ तक सब कुछ सही है? Any queries, anything you couldn't understand well, let me know. See, calculation aspect is not something on which I give too much of focus. You know, analytical aspect is something which is calculators, you have got the Excels, and you have got softwares and tools and many other things. If you want to put most. Anyway, that's it from my side. If you have any queries or question related to payback period, please let me know. Else you may just disperse from this session. Next session will be of net present value and accounting rate of return. Please put your enrollment number as a mark of your attendance for the day. That's it from my side. Bye-bye. Take care. Sayonara. Enjoy the rest of the day. Urmit, you have written 058 and 059. Which one is your enrollment number, Urmit? Why you have written 59 then? Acha, is your brother attending from there? Let him write, no then? Is he attending from the same mobile phone or what? Okay, fine. From the next time onward, if it is possible, tell him to put his enrollment number here, right? And if both of you are watching from the same, then please let me know. Okay, anyway, that's it from my side. Please put your enrollment number. Bye-bye, take care.